Made Famous TV.
But to the world, she is in Salt-N-Pepa.
Right.
And I mean, I'm not. No one thinks that she should get. It should be 30, 33, 33, 33. But maybe it should be 40, 40, 20 or something. Like.
Right.
And so to cut her out of the whole thing is crazy because she is for the most part, the world has never known them without her.
Mm-hmm.
And even though she wasn't the original Spinderella, people knew that already.
Right.
But know that as far as when they popped, she was
Yeah.
in the videos from the beginning.
Yeah.
She's always been a part. So I think it's really petty of them to leave her out. And I don't really appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah, I thought it was kind of crazy, just seeing both sides. I mean, I get that you have the Salt and Pepper brand, but yeah, like you got somebody that's kind of coming up with you, and
And she was just as much a part of the brand as anybody. She was in the
hmm
video. You even gave her lyrics on the song before. Like,
right.
why would she be rapping if she's not in the group? That's crazy.
Yeah, dirty game. It's a dirty
It really
game.
is. I mean, when it's come out, sometimes you got to trim the fat, and I get it, but that don't make it right.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you. So you're part of. I was looking like you're part of quite a few DJ coalitions. I got it up here on my screen because I see Coalition DJs,
Sure.
Addicted Dopeness, 24K DJs, and X Squad DJs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Oh no, yeah. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Coalition is the most recent one. One of my boys, he has been a part of the Coalition ATL for a while, but he like does like a lot of their graphics, and he wanted to bring a St. Louis branch. And we had been talking about it for a few years, and we finally made it happen in the last like year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I've been with X Squad for more than 5 years, I say.
Okay.
Demille, we talked the other day. We talk regularly, even though I'm not like as active. But I think that's because of my distance from them, since most of them are in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And then 24K, that's run by my boy Pop Dukes, DJ Pop Dukes. He was a big mixtape DJ,
Mm-hmm.
and he's from New York, but he lives in Miami. So we got
Okay.
DJs from all over in there. And then the last one, Addicted Dopers, is like it's not really a DJ crew so much as like a lifestyle brand in St. Louis. They do
Mm-hmm.
we do like, of course there are DJs that are members, but it's also like a marketing company. We have T-shirts and a lot of other
Okay.
things going on.
So what's it? So a DJ coalition. What does it exactly mean to be part of a DJ coalition for anyone who just might not know? Like, what's your job or your role in any coalition of DJs?
I originally joined them because when I was making the transition from being just like a promo person to DJing, one, it was a good way to meet other DJs to expand what I was trying to do, but also in order to promote the records I was trying to promote, it's easier to be a DJ speaking to DJs in the same language. And so it was a
Mm-hmm.
way for me to relate to DJs on a personal level and not just be
Okay.
somebody say, "Hey, come play my record." But no, I'm doing this. Let me play your record too, and we could trade. And it was kind of
Right.
like a way to pivot to keep everything going in a full circle.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So any artists you got your eye on in the St. Louis area or anywhere else that you're trying to break their record? Yeah. Are you breaking records right now?
I mean, I'm trying to. I technically own a management company
Right.
privately,
Okay.
but I work with an artist named State. He is one of the more prominent artists in St. Louis. Um, and so I also have a gospel rapper I work with named Sean the General. I
Okay.
work with two producers. One is DT, one is named Rue. And so we,
Mm-hmm.
selling beats and stuff like that. But also just affiliation. One of the people that I picked as one of the probably ones to next break out of St. Louis. His name's MC Trey.
Okay.
He's from U City, and we just dropped a single together, my single, but
Mm-hmm.
he's a rapper on it called Step that we've been pushing for the last few weeks.
I was just about to ask you about that. Were you gonna get your DJ Khaled on? Were you
Yeah,
gonna put
I
on
did actually. I
songs?
did an album in 2019, so this is the second time
Yeah, I
around.
saw that.
The album is
Okay.
called Chicken and Fries. So Trey was on that one, but we didn't release that song as a single. But now we're doing the second time around, and so this is the lead single for it. But I always like to say it's not Khaled, it's more DJ Drama. Or maybe
Okay.
Lil
Oh yeah,
Drama,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
because Khaled, he take famous people, and anybody can make a hit with people that's already famous. Drama spend more effort on unknown people and getting them going. And so I think
Right.
that's a better example.
Right, right. Okay. Yeah. See, give us our history, cause see, we be quick to give other people the credit for something.
Yeah, yeah, Drama make hits with people we never heard of. He might put one famous person, but then squeeze somebody else in under them. But whereas
Right.
Khaled is just people that's already gone, so it ain't hard to just put the money up.
Gotcha. So, have there been any what DJ would you like to, if you had your choice, that you would want to study under or just grab a lot of knowledge from?
Study under. It probably would be somebody like drama, or maybe like more someone like Angie Martinez. She's not
Uh,
like a DJ, still more of how she impact the culture from without, ain't no real dirt on her name, and she's been
yep.
doing it for all this time, but she's been able to pivot through all kind of different facets of
Mm-hmm.
the music industry, but still stay genuine and still be respected 30 years later.
Gotcha. Um, I was thinking because I be hearing people say, or some DJs will say, "Hey, you ain't no real DJ if you don't know how to scratch vinyl or DJ with vinyl." But we know technology evolves. What's your stance on that? Do you feel like you got to go the vinyl route or?
I have never learned to use vinyl ever. And so when I first made the transition, I had a T-shirt that said, "I'm a button pusher." Because back then, I got the old school DJs. We don't like them button pushers. Now all the old DJs, they all got controllers. They all button pushers, all of them. And so I always equated to being like a mathematician ain't gonna use an abacus. He got a calculator now. That's it.
Right.
Why I want to make it harder on myself when I don't have to?
And I'm not about to light a bunch of candles around the house if I don't have to, and I got a bunch
Right.
of light
If
switches.
I could just turn the switch on, why would I do that? Why I want to carry 30 pounds of crates when I could just carry this 110-pound thing in my hard
Right.
drive? It just don't make sense. And while I think I probably will, I mean, I have played around with it, but I never like took the time to dedicate. I never bought no 1200s. But
Mm-hmm.
I just think like I said, it just hasn't really been necessary for my situation.
Gotcha. So on the outside looking in, I don't even think I've ever been to St. Louis. But on the outside looking in, we look at different scenes and we assume who we think is the hottest from the scene. Like I
Right.
remember I just saw where the game was saying that he's the hottest rapper or the best rapper out of Compton.
Right.
On the outside looking in, a lot of people feel like it's Kendrick. But if you go
Mhm.
in Compton, some people might feel like it's the game.
Right.
So, who's the hottest artist that ever came out of St. Louis?
Like nationally came out.
Yeah.
The hardest like pen, or you just mean like period?
Uh,
Best writer?
yeah, we'll go with both. Who do you think is the dopest lyricist, and then who you think is the best artist that really put on for St. Louis?
I mean, I would be lying if I didn't say Nelly because the numbers are a
Okay,
lot, so I
right.
can't really. But one of my favorite like actual rappers was probably, I don't know if you ever heard of her name, Ebony Eyes. She's a
I think
female
I've heard the
rapper.
name.
She had one like hit single. She never really came all the way, but I think she had one of the best pens as far as writers in the
Mm-hmm.
city who actually had like a major deal and went national.
Gotcha. Have you ever thought of, and maybe you have, but maybe putting together like a project or a song where it's just all female MCs or maybe a female
I
MCs
did.
and singers?
I had an all female song on the first project, Chicken and Fries. It's more of like a twerk song though, but it's called Jump Back. And I want to do like more of like a spitter one for this next project, but it's really hard to get female rappers to respond and to do the work. It's really sad to
What?
say, but it's really hard. Like they all like, I don't know if it's the ego or if it's a work ethic thing. I don't know, but it's like some of them like say, okay, I'm gonna do it, but then you never hear from 'em again. Like I've been trying, and it's harder than you would think. It's really crazy
Really?
actually.
Really?
I make a valiant effort to include women because I believe in that, but
Right.
they don't make it easy. If I'm
You
being honest.
you would think that because at one time it was really hard for female rappers, but I guess
Hmm.
because this is the season that female rappers are really popping right now, maybe there is an ego thing, but I would think they would want to spread the love.
You would think, but I don't know. Even like I've my one of my first mixtapes I did was all female before female rap was popping, but it
Mm-hmm.
included people who was regional at the time. A lot of them, like it was Iggy before she popped. It had Dreezy on there before she popped.
Mm-hmm.
A whole bunch of people there because I was I was invested in trying to
Mm-hmm.
help that, but even then I couldn't get emails back. I had to go and rip the songs off YouTube and stuff. Like
Wow.
it's and it hasn't really changed much, even though it's more spotlight on the female rapper. But I mean I keep trying.
Who do you think is the hottest female rapper to ever come out?
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes, that's hard because the way female rap has changed so much.
Oh yeah. Well, who do you think is the hot? Well, I mean, I think it's kind of a given to say that we know Meg is doing her thing, right? Well, maybe you don't think that.
No, I think I think I've said like a few weeks ago on Facebook. One of I think the top or my favorite female rappers right now would probably be Cardi, Lotto.
Mm-hmm.
Meg. It's a girl named Bia from Boston.
Mm-hmm.